Assalamu alaikum dear students, and welcome back to another interesting topic related to consumer behavior. Since we have been studying this subject for more than I think half of the semester, and now we are moving forward to more and more new paradigms which we will be studying in consumer research, because uh, it is very important to study the consumer behavior, because every purchase decision is influenced by what the consumers have learned from the previous experiences, from the market communications, from social interactions and observations. Uh, Let us talk about learning. The learning refers to the process through which the individuals acquire knowledge and the experience that they apply for the future, you can say, behavior. And according to the Schiffman, whose book we are using for this particular subject, according to the Schiffman, the consumer behavior learning is a process that continuously evolves as consumers interact with products, brands, and advertisements, and obviously in the marketplace. When the consumers repeatedly encounter information, evaluate the alternatives, and experience satisfaction or dissatisfaction, this is the point where they learn. The learning then influences future purchasing decisions. For example, if a consumer purchases a particular brand, a particular shampoo, you can say, and find it effective, the positive experiences become the part of consumer learning, and it obviously increases the likelihood of future purchases. So, to understand the consumer learning, it is equally important to understand its basic and fundamental elements. Schiffman identifies the motivation, cues, responses, and reinforcement as key elements of learning. Motivation is the driving force that encourages consumer to act in a certain way, and the learning begins when the consumers recognize a need or desire. For instance, a student may feel the need for a laptop to complete any of its assignments. The need creates motivation to search more and more about the information and evaluate the alternatives. So, the cues are stimuli that guide the consumer behavior, and these cues may be the advertisements, maybe the packaging, prices, the logos, the store displays, or the recommendations from the friends. So, the cues help the consumers to determine how to satisfy their needs. For example, a promotional advertisement highlighting a laptop long battery life serves as the cue that attracts the students looking for a convenience and a portable laptop. So, the response refers to the consumer's reaction to a cue. A response may include purchasing the product, or it can potentially include visiting a website or seeking additional information or recommending the brand to others. So, the different consumers may respond differently to the same situation, to the same kind of need, you can say, depending upon their experiences, past experiences, and their preferences. So, if we talk about the reinforcement, the reinforcement occurs when the consumer receives satisfaction after responding for a cue. The positive reinforcement strengthens the future behavior. And if the student buys a laptop and find it reliable and efficient, the satisfaction acts as reinforcement and increases the likelihood of repeat purchases. Now, let us talk a little bit about the negative experiences, which are the negative experiences, on the other hand, discourage the purchases. One of the oldest and most influential theories of learning is the classical conditioning. The classical conditioning basically explains how the consumers develop association between the stimuli. The theory originated from the work of Russian psychologist, which is Ivan Pavlov, who discovered that dogs could learn to associate a neutral stimulus with food. In the consumer behavior, the classical conditioning occurs when the product or a brand is repeatedly paired with positive stimulus, and over the period of time the consumers transfer their feelings towards positive stimulus to the brand itself, and the marketers will frequently use this principle in advertisement campaigns, or you can say in advertisement of the particular brand. Now, just consider that a soft drink advertisement featuring the popular celebrities, the happy families, music, and the exciting events. Initially, the consumers have already positive feelings towards these enjoyable experiences. So, through the repeated exposure, these positive emotions become associated with soft drink brand, and eventually the consumers begin to experience the positive feelings toward that particular brand, even with the celebrity or in any event where you can say there is no endorsement. So, the companies often use attractive models, the pleasant personalities, pleasant music, and beautiful scenery, and they create a sense of humor in their advertisements, because these elements generate positive emotions towards a particular brand and can be transferred to advertised product. So, the luxury brands also frequently try to associate themselves with prestige, with you can say success, with exclusivity, to create the favorable consumer attitude. In the book of Schiffman, Schiffman discusses several important concepts which are related to classical conditioning. The repetition is you can say one of the most significant and repeated exposure basically strengthens the association between the stimuli. This is why the consumers often see the same advertisements multiple times over the television, all across the television. They are almost the same on the social media, on the websites, or you can say on the billboards hanging everywhere. So, the stimulus generalization is another important concept. It occurs when the consumers associate similar products or brands with a learned response. For example, if the consumers trust one product under a well known brand name, they may you can say extend that trust to newly introduced products for the same company. So, what will happen? This kind of strategy is known as brand extension, and on the other hand, the stimulus discrimination occurs when the consumers learn to differentiate among the similar products. The marketers often emphasize unique kind of features, the very, you can say, unique addition they possess in their particular product, so that their brands feel distinct from other companies. Another important learning theory discussed by the Schiffman is instrumental conditioning, also known as operant conditioning. Unlike the classical conditioning, which basically focuses and postulates the association between the stimuli, the instrumental conditioning focuses on learning through the rewards. You can learn through rewards and obviously through the punishments. So, this theory was developed by a psychologist whose name was Skinner, and according to Skinner, behavior is influenced by its consequences, and the consumers learn to repeat the behaviors that lead to positive outcomes and that particularly avoid the behaviors that result in negative outcomes. For example, suppose that the consumer purchases a particular uh, restaurant's meal and enjoys excellent food and service. So, this satisfaction received acts as a reward, and as a result, the consumer is more likely to revisit the restaurant in the future. So, many loyalty programs that are introduced everywhere nowadays are based on instrumental conditioning principle. The airline provides frequent flyer rewards. Supermarkets offers loyalty points on repeat purchases, and the online retailers also provide discounts for repeat purchases. These rewards basically encourage the consumers to repeat the purchasing behavior over the period of time, obviously. So, the positive reinforcement occurs when the desires outcomes follow a behavior, and the discount rewards, gifts, and excellent consumer service are the example of positive reinforcement. And if we talk a bit about negative reinforcement basically occurs when the consumers avoid unpleasant situations by choosing a certain kind of products. For instance, purchasing an antivirus software help the consumer to avoid any kind of risk in their computer, to avoid the viruses to spread in their computers. And the marketers understand that immediate rewards are often more effective than the delayed rewards. Therefore, many companies provide, you can say, instant discounts and cashback offers and promotional incentives. Why? Just because to encourage the purchases, just in a sense to encourage that the consumers may purchase more and more without having worrying of, you can say, refunds. So, the instrumental conditioning is particularly useful for building the consumer loyalty, and the consumers constantly receive positive experiences and rewards. They become more committed to the brand and less likely to switch the companies. A third and the most important learning approach is discussed by Schiffman, which is observational learning. It is also known as modeling. This type of learning occurs when the consumers observe that the behaviors of others intimates it. Someone is intimating their behavior. The people frequently learn by watching the family members, by watching their friend experiences, celebrity endorsement, influencers and all that experts and social groups. Consumers are not always need direct experiment to learn. Sometimes observing others is also sufficient to influence the behavior. For example, a teenager may purchase the particular smartphone after observing the friends using it. Similarly, the consumers may also avoid such kind of products that had been the cause of dissatisfaction for their friend or family. Maybe they will not trust that product again. So the observational learning is especially powerful in today's digital environment, because social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, these all kind of social media platforms are providing our users and consumers with countless opportunities to observe the product, its usage before buying, reviews and recommendations. So the marketers actively utilizes observational learning by employing the celebrity, by applying the different kind of method like celebrity or ambassador endorsement. Such kind of steps are taken. But when the consumers identify that these individuals, they are not likely to imitate their purchasing behaviors, family members also serve as important models. Children often develop their preferences based on what you can say their parents like them to buy. Likewise, the individuals may adopt the purchasing habits observed among the peers and colleagues. So, observational learning is in its own sense very important concept in consumer behavior, which reduces the uncertainty, because the consumers can see how the products perform before making any kind of purchase decision. So, I think product demonstration, which will also be the part of our today's lecture, the product demonstration and demonstrate the consumers how they feel about the upcoming by seeing different kind of videos, and allows consumer to make the purchase decision. In conclusion, we can say that consumer learning plays a very central role in shaping the consumer behavior, and with the help of these several concepts of consumer behavior based on the book of Schiffman, we have learned about them gradually, and this was all for our today's lecture, and I'll be back in our next lecture with a separate agenda. Till then, take good care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.